name is Amanda Martinez, and today I'm here to speak about the legalization of medical marijuana, how expanding Texas's current law could benefit patients and caregivers, what the statistics show for Texas, and what the potential benefit for the marijuana industry could hold in Texas. The benefits that parents and caregivers could have. While marijuana is labeled a Schedule I drug according to the Drug Enforcement Administration to date, stating as a Schedule I drug, substance or chemicals are defined as drug with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. Marijuana has shown benefits in medical conditions across the board, from PTSD, cancer, and autism. Cannabis having a wide range of treatable conditions, this leaves many patients and caregivers a less potential harmful treatment option compared to some of the medications they may take. Recently in Richardson, Texas, a man named Mark Zartler came under fire from local police department and Child Protective Services for a YouTube video that went viral on Facebook. The video shows Mark giving his daughter Kara a cannabis treatment to help Kara calm down and stop self-harming. Understanding the risk he took, he wanted the state officials to see how cannabis was helping his daughter, just hated breaking the law to do so. Mark faced the chance of removal of Kara, as well as facing child endangerment charges for giving Kara a safe alternative. All charges have since been dropped. Texas does currently recognize a current law passed in 2015 for medical marijuana. Texas Compassionate Use Program, also known as TCUP. I will be referring to the program as TCUP from here on out. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, and I quote, allows a physician qualified to prescribe low THC cannabis under the 169.002 operations code. But how would someone be qualified as a patient for this is a question many may have. Under the Texas TCUP law, in section 169, paragraph 2, subsection B, the law reads, a physician is qualified to prescribe a low THC cannabis to a patient with irretractable epilepsy. As the current law stands, it helps some but not many. Unfortunately, it doesn't help a 12-year-old girl, a former Texas resident that's had to move to Colorado to not face similar issues as the Zartlers. Bortella is a native Texan forced to choose life or law. NBC reported a story involving Bortell's recent lawsuit against Attorney Jeff Sessions, and I quote, a complaint filed with the U.S. District Court in the Southern District of New York in July says Alexis ran the gamut of prescription pills, all of which failed to control her seizures before she was left with two options, brain surgery or cannabis treatments. Bortell's family has stated that cannabis has prevented Alexis from having seizures since the move, but because she requires to carry her Cantonal RX at all times, she is unable to come home back to Texas, even to visit her grandparents. With the increasingly growing awareness of medical, the rise of people agreeing to see cannabis legalized, the number of Texans from across the state have supported the expansion of the current TCUP law. In a study reported by the Texas Tribune regarding the University of Texas and Texas Tech poll, found 83% of Texas support some use, while 53% would go beyond legal marijuana to allow possession for any use. During the 85th legislation session, a report from the Texas Observer by Sophie Novak reported that of 70 people who testified, there was only one against the bill. The number of sponsors jumped from 6 to 76 in a matter of 2 days. Many state elected officials felt the compassion for many that testified during May 2nd's hearing, and the law needed to be expanded. Unfortunately, that chance for a change died in the Calendars Committee and won't be heard again until 2019. Growing numbers of support across the state, there are questions of how legalization would help. Texas has many potential ways to benefit from legalizing cannabis. Some of these potential ways include more tax revenue, education funding, drug treatment, expansion, less jail and prison crowding, along with job opportunities. According to the Culture Map in Austin, a story published in April 2017 on how much Texas could see when comparing full legalization to Texas compared to other states, quote, experts are at Arc View Market Research, which tracks the United States marijuana industry, estimates the legal market for recreational and medical use in marijuana in Texas could hit $3 billion after a few years of legalization. According to the Texas Criminal Justice Coalition, Taxpayers spend $378,820 every day on those arrested and incarcerated for drug possession. For Texas, any major chance like this would have an impact on the state's revenue. I've given you many benefits over the legalization in Texas. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to the taboo subject as this. If you don't take anything else away from this today, I encourage you to remember there are thousands of Texas prescribed legal meth and many potentially harmful pharmaceuticals. Cannabis being legalized would give those people medical freedom and a safe alternative.